This is the type of surfing we really saw from Kika, flowing and transitioning from rail to rail.
Former world junior champ finding a bubble right there.
A victory at the Burton Automotive Surfest here at Newcastle, presented by Bonsai. Give it up for your champion, Francisca Veselko. Well done.
So she was born in California, raised on the Atlantic Punch of Carcavelos, 4 full seasons on the Challengers Series, 33rd, 12th, 19th,
Kika,
and
Francisca
now currently sitting
Veselko.
4th. A World Junior title, a statement win in Newcastle over Sally Fitzgibbons, and today we're catching up with her in Australia just weeks before her rookie championship tour season begins. 22 years of age, Francisca Kika Veselko steps onto the CT. Not an overnight story, an earned one. Kika, first of all, congratulations. We're just, weeks away from your official debut in your rookie year on the CT. As you're in Australia, getting all prepped. Has it all sunk in yet that you're a true CT surfer?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really stoked to be here right now talking with you. It's a sign that I did qualify. I don't think it has, honestly. It's kind of crazy thinking that I'm where I've always dreamed of being. And I think maybe when I'm in Bells Beach with my jersey and, going down those stairs that I've watched online for so many years, that will probably be the moment that I'll realize I'm actually a championship tour surfer.
I love it. Well, your story is awesome because you were born in California, but raised in Portugal. So when somebody asks you where you're from, what do you say?
I say Portugal. Yeah.
That's
my
home.
dad understands. He's cool with it.
So your dad, yeah, he's from Southern California, correct?
Yeah, my dad lives and grew up in Huntington Beach. So I have both of best sides, Portugal and also from California. Like you said, I was born there in Irvine, but then was raised with my mom in Portugal. So yeah, that's where I grew up. I went back to Portugal when I was 1 month old. So I pretty much grew up in Portugal, but did spend some time of my life in Cali. Even went there for school for 1 year, high school, and surfed a couple NSSA events and WSA, if that's how you say it. Can't remember. It was a long time ago. But did a couple comps. It was sick.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I guess those early beginnings then, moving when you're 1 month to Portugal, describe what the local lineup was like at Carcavelos when you were a kid starting out. The characters that were surfing out there. What was the energy like?
Yeah, it was good. My mom, she was also one of the first Portuguese women to be surfing. So she also grew up in Carcavelos, my uncles. So I think my family were pretty known in Carcavelos beach break. So yeah, it was good. I think there's a couple good locals who also know us and always made sure we were doing fine out there in the lineup. And yeah, Carcavelos, it's a really powerful wave. And I think it was a good base for me growing up also close to the beach, where I've had a beach that provides perfect barrels, onshore days, like all type of conditions. And I think that's really built me up to be ready for any type of condition. So yeah, I'm thankful for Carcavelos Beach.
Describe the perfect day at Carcavelos, like where you really enjoy surfing all day long. When all the elements combine, what's that perfect day look like? What kind of wave is it?
It's a triangle peak, just right and left barrels. To be honest, it's been, there hasn't been that many good winter days. Actually, just saw some videos and back home's firing. But yeah, when those those days come, it's a really special wave, and I've seen a lot of famous faces out there too, in some pretty solid days. So yeah, I think when it's barreling, it's the best. But I don't know, I'm happy with whatever, with any conditions. I'm at home. It feels good to be surfing where you grew up, and yeah, just enjoy home.
Sounds like your whole family surfs.
That's true.
Everybody. So mom, dad, siblings, uncles. It's part of the Veselko family, right? Everyone seems to be in the water.
It's in the DNA.
That's awesome. You did mention your mom being one of the OGs when it comes to Portuguese professional surfing. How did that play a role in shaping your belief that this was possible?
Yeah, when my mom started, there weren't really that many women. But of course, when I was born, things had changed. And even though I grew up surfing with boys, there weren't that many girls in Portugal, which I'm really happy that these days I do see a lot of groms and like new generation coming up of some pretty good surfers in Portugal. And I'm happy when I'm in the water and I get to share the lineup with more women. It's amazing. But yeah, my mom proved that girls can surf and it's also a girl sport. So that was really inspiring. And she never pressured me to be a surfer, but she's always spent so much time in the beach with my dad that we kind of just grew up in the beach and naturally fell in love with the ocean. And since a young age, I've always felt connected with being in the water and just boogie boarding and, you know, just enjoying my time in the beach. And then I was the one, asking my mom to surf and my dad. So they were happy with that and they never forced me. So it's great being in a surfer's family and pursuing my dream, and now crazy to be on the championship tour. I've dreamed about it for so long and since ground days, so it's amazing.
Dreams come true. You had the quick stint, you said, in Southern California, going to Edison High School and also competing in those local NSSA events. How was that experience, you know, being from Portugal, showing up in Southern California, and then running into, I'm sure, Katie Simmers? I know you had finals with, you know, Sawyer Lindblad. You know, what was that experience like? And how do you think that helped you as well on your journey?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like 15 years old when I went to Cali back in 2018. So yeah, for me, it was a really good experience coming out of my comfort zone, moving into another country. I knew people already, but not in school. It was like, you know, studying in a different language. I grew up in Portugal with going to Portuguese school. So it was my first time studying in English. And it was really good to learn how to write better and all that. And yeah, it was amazing. I had surf class, which in Portugal, that doesn't exist. So every day, every morning, I would be frothing out there super early before school. And that would make my day better because I wouldn't be in school thinking how much I wanted to go surf. I had surf already. So then I could really pay attention to my classes and then, go surf again after school. So it was great. And yeah, I did compete with Katie Simmers, with Sawyer. I think maybe Bella, not too sure. I think she was in a younger division. But it was amazing when even Katie and Sawyer qualified. I was like, wow, how come I was competing with them and all those NSSAs and now they've made it on tour? It inspired me too to believe that I was also capable of getting there. So I was stoked when they qualified.
4 full seasons on the Challenger Series. There's this throwaway word that, you know, we hear all the time with QS or qualifying events where it can be a grind. You know, did those 4 years feel that way for you, or did you enjoy every second of the process?
there were some hard moments, not gonna lie. I don't think I did. Of course, I did enjoy, and I'm grateful for so many moments that I grew out from them. But, you know, there's hard moments when you know that you're training so hard and you're doing everything right and results don't show up. Like even my first year on the Challenger, I was like super nervous and kind of like trying to find my pace and fit in the Challengers, like all those new faces, like surfing against such a high level with people, with girls I've never even competed with before, but that all of them rip, like no easy heats. So yeah, I was doing pretty good in the QSs in Portugal, then the regional contests, and then I went to the Challengers and I couldn't even make one heat the whole year. So yeah, that was a hard year, and but yeah, it made me want to work even harder. And I felt like with the years, I just started getting more comfortable and just believing more in myself and in my potential. But I think the challenging thing was, even like now to qualify, was just working on my consistency, because it's hard to be really consistent every event, every condition. So yeah, that's what took me, I think, not so long. I wanted to be qualified for already, of course, earlier, but I think 22, and everybody has its time. And I think this was my time. And I'm really super stoked that Steph's back, Carissa's back, Gabriel, like all the legends are back. So I think this was my time to qualify, and for all these little things that are happening on tour and all the changes, new events, and the schedule's insane. So I'm in the dream tour.
100%. With all those hard years looking back, what was different this year? And was there a moment where you felt something inside of you going, this could be my year?
I feel like I changed a couple things too in my routines, and really focused on being consistent already in my routines, and just different coaches, like physical coach, and learned how to meditate and all these other things that I felt was a missing piece to my puzzle. But I don't know, I think manifesting, I just really manifested it so much. Like, and I knew that I did have the potential, and even in moments of doubt, just reminding myself of that World Junior title gave me power to believe that I've got that title, and that means that I do have potential. I just have to put in the work and put it in the water in those heats. So yeah, just believing more in myself.
That's awesome. I think one thing we're noticing, and obviously you're a part of it, is this European surge that's happening on the women's tour, you know, especially with Portugal. Does it feel like you're a part of something bigger than just your own story?
Yeah, I think the European level has been getting better and better, and we've all known each other for so many years and doing like from pro juniors to QSs to Challenger series together. And yeah, I think it's awesome to see different faces, different names on the top 7 on the Challenger series. Even Yolanda qualifying, Teresa can still make it. It's just amazing to be part of this. I think we do have really good waves in Europe, and I think we're able to practice like all type of conditions. And also for me, coming from a powerful place, I feel more prepared for kind of anything. So yeah, it's just great also seeing Nadia, someone I've known for so many years, also doing really good. I don't know, I think we are all just really doing our own path and believing that we're also capable of, because usually it's more like Australians, people from the US, it's kind of always from the same countries. So yeah, we're just doing it for ourselves and proving that even though we're from Europe or Portugal, that's a small country, we're also capable of getting on tour and being the best surfers in the world.
Rookies on tour this year, like you mentioned before, qualifying for this year, it's really exciting. You know, how many events you're going to be a part of out of the gates, including the season finale at the Pipe Masters. So if you could pick one event that excites you the most on what is one of the best calendars we've had, which one really pops out?
That's so hard. They're all dreamy. I don't know. I think I'm excited.
You can name a few. It doesn't have to be one. That's not even a fair question. Yeah. This is the tour
I've always dreamed of going to Fiji. It's a place I've never been before. Even I know Lowers, such a fun wave. Also, when I was living in Cali, I was always out there at Lowers, and it's so hard to get waves that it's going to be amazing to have that place for ourselves. And it's like a wave pool, left, right. It's just amazing. So I don't know. Excited to get out of my comfort zone and go to Chopes. Never been there before. So yeah, most of the places I haven't been in my life. So it's going to be an adventure and something new for me, which is exciting.
I like that. Kind of breaking down your own surfing and your own strengths. Where do you think your surfing fits the best in an event? What are events where you're thinking, okay, this is going to be a good result this year?
I'm pretty excited for bells, honestly. I love surfing right-handers, and kind of reminds me of rivalry in a way, at least the place, the vibe, and that's what people say. So I think to start off my first comp on tour, I think bells, it's a pretty good wave and could fit well in my surfing. So just to start getting comfortable on tour too, I think it's a good spot to start off.
Well, you've already had 2 championship tour wild cards in the past, J-Bay and also Portugal. What did you learn from those experiences?
Yeah, Portugal was a challenging one. The waves were honestly really bad, but the experience was still amazing. But because we were surfing in Molho Leste, I didn't have the experience of being in the comp zone and being in the locker and all that. It was a different one. I was just sitting on the beach on a tent, but it was still great. I was like super nervous, and of course in your home crowd feels amazing, but it's a bit more of pressure too. But J-Bay was completely insane. Everybody was like, oh, this is the best event. Yeah, you're so lucky. Stoked for you. Just the place, it's beautiful itself. The wave is like insane. It's I could say it's my favorite wave maybe in the world. It's super special. Love the safari, the vibe, the food, everything. The locker rooms were incredible, and just the view from the athlete zone. Upstairs, you could get smoothies. I was just enjoying, no pressure, just a wild card. So that was amazing. But I learned that like you really have to surf good, like 100%. Kind of, if you want to make through heats. There's not like that, yeah, I surfed okay and I still made it. No, if you don't surf good, you're not going to make heats. Like the level is so high. But yeah, I think all the girls are kind of doing their own thing. It's not like on the challengers where we kind of sit and chat and hang out with everyone. Everybody's more in their zone. It's a bit more like private. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad you had those starts so you could feel that before your official rookie debut at Bells. You still have Newcastle coming up to finish off the Challenger Series. You're sitting number 4 in the world. You've already clinched your spot. Then Bells is going to come up before we know it. We're, a few weeks out, really. Is there anything specific that you're working on from now till then on improving before the tour takes off?
I don't think so. I just doing the same thing I've been doing. It's been working out. Actually now on the Gold Coast, also testing some smaller wave boards because Newcastle could be small. So found a really good one. Hopefully works good out there. And yeah, I think just finish now Newcastle, and then of course I've started thinking about tour, but I really want to close the challenger cycle and then start fresh and start really thinking about tour. I still have a couple of weeks after. And yeah, I've been working on boards with Darren, and everything's been slowly aligning. And yeah, just one day at a time.
That's awesome. So getting boards from Darren, DHD, ready for your rookie year. What about support with coaching or family traveling with you? Who's coming with you this year?
My coach, Rodrigo Souza. He's been my coach for many years now. He's known me since I'm 8 years old, and he's the person I've been working with. So, of course, I think it's been his dream as a coach to qualify an athlete on tour, and it's also been my dream to qualify. So I think it's more than fair than taking the OG coach and bringing him on tour for me to have his support. And we have such a good dynamic, and he knows me better than anyone. And of course, for him to learn from all this experience and be better too as a coach and as a person. I think we both have a lot to take in from this experience and opportunity. So I'm excited for him to get to know more places around the world and really know what it is to be a coach on the WCT.
You've got a busy schedule coming up. You know, you still have Newcastle to close out the Challenger Series, and then you'll be at Bells. You know, then you've got Margaret River, Gold Coast, Raglan. That's a 2 month of a heavy block right there. You know, is that something you're having daily discussions with your coach and your support crew on how you, and also Darren Hanley, on how you're going to prep for what will feel like a sprint in some ways, but also a marathon of trying to compete, you know, at the highest level for 2 months? How are you working out that aggressive start to the season?
Yeah, it's been all over, just trying to find places to stay and booking everything. And I don't know, even in Tahiti, never been there, in Fiji, like it's kind of a different logistic. We've been used to being on the Challengers, and we kind of always know the same places. So it's been a lot going on. But yeah, also figured out with Darren how we could get boards and all that. So yeah, doing all the work now. So after everything's taken care of, and I just need to focus on surfing, and the rest is taken care of. So just surf and focus on what's important.
When the first horn goes off at Bells, you know, with all that, how do you want to feel when that moment happens?
When I feel, I don't know, it's crazy to think about it, but just excited. I don't want to feel that, or even if I feel pressure like that, because you have two types of pressure: the one that you just kind of shut down and don't do anything, or the one that you just turn into fire. And I want that one to be the one.
I like that a lot. You're going to be fired up for that first heat, that's for sure. What number did you go with for your jersey?
I chose 19.
Any significant meaning to that number?
Yeah, so my first ever contest was when I was 9 years old, and I got that World Junior Champion title when I was 19. And yeah, and a lot of other things happen around like the time when it's like, we see it in military time. So it's like 1919, or stuff happened in the 19. So just felt right. Even there's like something I haven't really said to anyone, but the last 19 before the pipe event started. So from the 18th to the 19th, I dreamed that I qualified on tour. So when I woke up and I was like, whoa, I had this crazy dream. I qualified. And then I randomly saw the day and it was the 19th. So I was like, wow, yeah, everything's connected. This is my number. And this is what I want to pick when I make it on tour.
Whoa, I love that story. That's powerful.
Yeah.
It probably connects too with all the manifestation you've been doing and working on visualizing things happening, and then to have a dream that you qualified. So even before our website refreshed and said that you qualified, you knew it. You already saw it happen.
Yeah.
I love that. Looking forward to seeing you compete at Newcastle. I wanted to know your goals there. You know, with already knowing you're on tour, some people might be thinking, oh, she'll use it as a break. But what is your purpose in Newcastle for closing out the Challenger Series?
Newcastle is amazing. It was a place where I was so happy winning my first Challenger event. And actually, I was chosen to talk in that first conference press before the event started. And I was just looking at the trophy and even took a picture of it before the event started. And when I was talking, I was even saying it kind of felt a bit like Portugal because the water was a little bit cold. There was like an offshore breeze, so it felt pretty comfortable. And yeah, it's a really special place for me. It turned out to be. And I'm excited to go back to that first place and finishing off the year. I mean, the Challenger season in the same place where I was really happy. So yeah, I think my goal it's always to do my best. Of course, I don't want to slow down just because I'm on tour, just be relaxed. I think it's a good opportunity to even compete, which is what I love the most, in a more relaxed way. I mean, just because I'm on tour, but that means I can do more of my surfing and don't have to be nervous about points or stressing out with anything. Like, that's out of the way. I just want to enjoy my time there and just test new boards and try to surf more freely and release more detail, just do some maybe different turns. Just put everything out there with passion and love. So yeah, I'm really excited. I love Newcastle. Coming up soon.
Looking forward to seeing who is also going to be joining you in the rookie class and also returning surfers coming back. But we do have Yolanda Hopkins, and we have Tia Zabrowski along with yourself, starting with Yo-Yo, your relationship with her and how excited you are to be battling for Rookie of the Year with Yolanda.
Yeah, it's crazy how, Yolanda, because she's also older than me, she's been trying to qualify for a couple years, more years than I have. And it's crazy how Portugal, we've never qualified a women, and all of a sudden there's two, maybe a third one coming. It's like, what are the odds of all of a sudden for so many years, no one, and then two of us? But that's amazing. Yeah, Yo-Yo lives down south, more from Lisbon, from where I am. So we do see each other more just in competitions. We don't see each other as much on a daily basis because we don't live as close from each other. But yeah, I love Yo-Yo. She's always the first one out there. She's so much resilience and so much power, courage. I think she's a really powerful person. And she's the example of failing, coming back stronger, and just, trying until you make it. And she never gave up, and doesn't matter how old she is, she made it on tour, and she was super persistent, and that's amazing. And I feel like I can kind of see myself in that thing too. I think we both have similar mentalities, and yeah, I think we're fighters, and that's good to see. And yeah, hopefully Teresa makes it too. I think she almost made it a couple years ago by one spot or a couple points difference. So it's great.
And how about young Tia Zabrowski? Have you spent a lot of time with her outside of events? And what are your expectations as you entered the Rookie of the Year race with her as well.
Yeah, Tia, she's amazing, and she's a great surfer. Like, I remember going to France I go there sometimes, but a couple years ago, and she was like 11, 12 years old, and she was already super talented, and you had to put your eyes on her because you knew she was going to come in strong and for sure make it on tour one day. She's really powerful. She's so young, but she doesn't look like that age. Her body, everything, she's super powerful and surfs so good. Yeah, she's super consistent, and I think it's going to be good to fight for that rookie on tour and see who else is going to qualify. But hopefully that rookie on tour is me.
There we go, 100%. I'm going to buy one of those number 19 jerseys for Kika Veselko. Congratulations on all your success so far. You're just getting started. Looking forward to seeing your rookie season unfold. Thanks for the time, Kika.
Thank you for having me. Excited.